Hey everyone, welcome to my throw tutorial. A lot of people have been requesting this for some time now, but I've been really busy, so now I've got the time to do it. I thought I might as well get it done now before I start, working on anything else. We're going to use Kung Fu Man as a base today, because his sprites are easier to work with. I've made my own custom throw. I've left his normal throwing on begin action number 800, and I'm making my own throw now. We've got a grab attempt animation. I've done all the animations, so it's easier to work with than I ain't got to keep making them in the tutorial. Basically, goes to grab, and on the actual grab attempt frame, I've added a red hitbox. I've added it all the way down to his feet level because this throw can throw player 2 while player 2 is crouching. And then this isn't the grab success animation, it's a grab attempt, so if he misses he just returns back to the start of the grab attempt animation, which is basically easier to get back to stance so it doesn't look too glitchy. Grab success animation, basically what he does is he grabs player 2, pulls him towards him, lifts him up. I've used the Kung Fu smash uppercut to create sort of a lifting animation. If I was serious, I'd add sort of a grab around the throat sort of hand grasp, but it's not really important right now. Basically, it might play slow on this screen, but he basically electrocutes him. I'm not going to add any cosmetics like that, but this is just a basic throw to work off. So he lifts him up. This is actually going fast, but it won't show it because I'm recording. And then, after he electrocutes him, he's about to throw him. He just does the basic Kung Fu Man throw. Now notice I've added, him turning the opposite way, because when you throw him, automatically it turns Kung Fu Man. So what I've done is add a horizontal sprite so it looks like he's throwing him the other way, and then we'll add a turn state controller so it doesn't look like he's turned at all. For the get grabbed animation, I've labelled it 15,000, just a basic Kung Fu Man get hit light animation. Then he'll get pulled, when Kung Fu Man pulls him towards, he's going to have a get hit low, just to add to the effect. And then for when he lifts him up in the air, I've added the required sprites, the one with the axis point at the head, so it looks like he's lifting him up by the head. And then just a couple of seizure-like animations for when he's getting electrocuted. And then for when he's getting thrown, I just use the Kung Fu Man throw sprites. Okay, so that's the actual throw. Now we've got to code it. This is the bit that you really want to know. So the starting state is state 12,000. Yeah. Ooh. Right. Type is a standing type. Move type is attack. Physics for now is going to be stand, because we're not going to bind the target in this state. You need neutral physics to bind a target, or else it won't work. Val set equals 0, 0. Anim equals 12,000, which is our grab attempt animation. Control equals 0. Sprite priority equals 2. So we want him to be drawn in front of player 2. Then we need our throw hit def, which I've already copied and pasted into a text file, because it takes ages otherwise. Right, state 12,000, throw, attempt hit def. I copied this from Kung Fu Man's throw and I've amended it slightly. So player 1 state number when the throw is successful, he goes to state 12,001, and player 2 state number, the getting grabbed, is going to be state 15,000. And make sure full equals 1 because you want player 2 to be thrown off his feet. Then what we're going to do is go to a change state to return player 1 back to normal and give him control if the throw is unsuccessful. So anim time equals 0, value equals state 0, so that's the stance, control equals 1. Okay, now what we're going to do is code state 12,001, the success state for when the actual move is successful and player 1 is going to grab player 2. So state def 12,001. Okay, that's 12,001. Type equals stand type, move type equals attack, physics equals neutral, fail set 0, 0, and in the 12,001 grabbing animation, control equals 0, sprite priority equals 2. Right, so we're going to make that official, update it. Then before we continue to code this state, we need to make sure player 2 is in a state. So the code I'm about to do now, don't worry, it's not part of state def 12,001 because this is its own. This is a new state I'm doing now. So this is going to be player 2's state, as we stated in the hit def. Type equals A. He's going to be sort of an air type because he's going to be lifted up. Move type equals H. It's a get hit move type. Player 2 get hit should always be move type equals H if putting him in a custom state. Physics equals neutral, fail set 0, 0, control equals 0. Sprite priority equals -1. So we want him to have the lowest priority to be drawn behind player 2. Now we use the change anim to state control. What this does is change anim to will use an animation from player 1's .air file. If you use change anim, it will use an animation from player 2's file, which we haven't got access to. So change anim to 15,000, the get grabbed animation. Actually, I've put it in the wrong place, it should be in value. When time equals 0, so as soon as you get into that state, change to animation 15,000 of player 1's file. Okay, so that's set that state now, so we're going to update that. Now go back to state 12,001 where he grabs him. We're going to use a target bind now. This is what this does is it positions player 2 to player 1's axis, and we can control how player 2 behaves during a throw or a custom state. So what we do is we want to bind the target for each frame of our throw. So the first trigger will be anim elem equals 1, so the frame 1, which is that frame, and we want to position the target about here